Hey, it's Matt. Welcome back to another tool haul video. I got another auction here for ya, and another one that I paid way too much for. But, it is what it is. I like gambling, and yeah, I don't know. Probably broke even again on this one, but whatever. Let's take a look at what I got here. We got ourselves a trailer hitch, 2-inch ball, 2-inch receiver. It's got the pin in it, so that's worth something. Um, Probably 15, 20 bucks for that thing. Who knows? Probably 20 bucks new just for that hitch there. So who knows? Got ourselves a moo cow ruler of the 12-inch variety, and that sucker's thick, man. That's like 1/4 inch thick. I don't know why, but whatever. Throw it in my bucket of rulers. Got a little stack of wrenches here, and they're in this nice little holder. It says Tool Fair on it. A division of Fuller Tool Company, Inc., 349, number 1370. So I thought that was cool. I think I'm missing 2 wrenches in there. Maybe I'm missing a 3/8 and a 5/16, or I'm missing a 3/4 and a 3/8. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. I'll have to do some investigating, find out, what came with that. But I just like that the sticker is still on there. So that's kind of cool. Made in Japan, and these look an awful lot. Let's take a look at these closer here. These look an awful lot like the Sears wrenches, the BF, I believe, in Japan. So these are KTC. So I wonder if that's kind of the same company, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they look an awful lot like those Sears Japan tools. So don't know. What else we got here? We got a ruler. Normally I don't get too excited about these. I got a bunch of them and they're usually beat, but this one is in really good shape. And it's a bell system, so that's cool. But I mean, look at that thing. Normally you get these things and they're just absolutely destroyed. But this one is in fairly decent shape. So I don't know, what's it worth? $5? Who knows? I don't know who still uses those, if it's really worth anything. People collect them or not. Who knows? Let's take a look at these screwdrivers here. We got ourselves what looks to be a Stanley, but it's not. It is an Irwin. So we got ourselves a bell system. That is a bell system. Let's see if the light hits it better this way. Yeah, maybe. Bell system B2. And barely read the Irwin USA right there. Can you read it? Can you read it? Just a flash of it right there. But number 2 Phillips used. It's not too bad, but the handle's in nice shape. I like the color of it. I like the shape of it. It's shaped just like that one, except for the fluting right here. And this other one is a Stanley, and it's a Bell System E. So that one's pretty cool. I like how the screwdriver, does that. Tapers off right here. Makes a little collar or a little shelf there. That's kind of cool. And the blade looks really good on this. It's just a shame that it's so rusty. But again, I like the shape of these things. I think I have another one of these or one of those in my screwdriver bin somewhere. So add it to the collection of Bell System stuff that I have. And this one also is another Bell System E. And it's Amolite, whatever you want to say it. Don't know too much about this company. It doesn't say USA anywhere on here, I don't think. But yeah, flat blade. Again, in good shape. Doesn't look like it's been used much. A little rusty. Not too bad. Oh, did I talk about this wrench? I don't think so. A little Dunlap. 1/2 inch, 9/16. It's got a V on it, so I don't know. It's the same as the Craftsman V. I think the Craftsman wrenches were very similar to these back in that day. So maybe they were made in the same. Forget if there was an overlap or not. I can't remember. Something's telling me that was Craftsman made in the same factory. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. All right, what else we got here? Should we talk about that? Let's talk about this hatchet. All right, what do we got? Got ourselves a little Sears USA. I thought that was pretty cool. The blade doesn't look too bad. Looks like it might have been sharpened a couple of times, but it hasn't been like overly sharpened or misshaped or, you know, taken to the grinder or anything. Doesn't look like. So this thing could be cleaned up pretty good. Handle is on it too. It was a little loose. I smacked it a couple of times with the mallet. It sucked it right back down into there. So I'll have to pound those down in there a little bit more, but I'm gonna wait till it gets a little more humid down here so I don't end up cracking that wood. But yeah, whatever. A little hatchet, you know, nothing special. Maybe you know, $10 on the Evil Bay. I don't know. What do you think we're up to so far? You know, I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? All right, we got a 3/8 breaker bar here, Craftsman, and it's got a little bit of surface rust on it, but it's not bad. I don't have a Craftsman 3/8 breaker bar, so I think this is going to be a keeper for me. It's a double line V, and you know, it needs to be cleaned up. It's not perfect, so that's perfect for me. I'll clean this up. It'll actually probably turn out really nice. It's not too bad, just some mild surface rust on this thing. But that'll go in my box of Craftsman stuff for a keeper. And then I guess we'll just skip right over to this other Craftsman stuff here. This is a whole set. Let's take a look at the box here first. Box is in really nice shape, and I usually don't get complete stuff like this in these auctions. It's usually just picked apart and just trashed and garbage. And this box is actually in really good shape. And everything is in it, and everything that's in it is also in excellent shape, except for the 9/16. But again, this one has a little bit of surface rust, not as bad as the one I just showed you, but it's a double line V in excellent shape. It'll clean up nicely. Looks like it's been barely used. The T-bar is still in there. Look at those sockets. Look at that. The 3/4, 11/16, and 5/8 have never been used. 9/16 has some rust in it. I'm assuming that's just transfer from a bolt that it twisted off, or a couple of them. 1/2 inch has been used a little bit. Same with the 7/16 and the 3/8. But overall, they're in really nice shape. And just a little dirty, and these would clean up really nice. I'm not even going to bother cleaning this setup. I'm just going to stick this on eBay, and I bet you I could get $25-30 for that. What do you think? I don't know. Why did I close that? Let's keep it open so you can look at it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get to this pouch over here that's hanging off before we get to that SK box there. Got this pouch, Mastercraft 9-piece combo set. They're all there. Pouch is ripped. It's been repaired with some packaging tape, but it's, you know, it's not too bad. Look at that, $29.95. How much you think I could get for that now? $5-10? I don't know. I think these are India. Yeah, made in India. So nothing too crazy, but they're all there, and I don't think these have been really used. Very minor use on them, but I don't know who's looking for a set of India-made combination wrenches these days. But anyway, all right, let's take a look at this SK stuff here. Got a nice little green box. It's, you know, beat up. It's not, you know, banged up. At least it's all there. It works. Just missing some paint, you know, in typical used condition. It's got the tag still in it, and it's got the cardboard still in it. So that's definitely cool. But we're missing some sockets. So let's take a look here. We got ourselves a 13/16, 11/16, 5/8, a 9/16, a 7/16, and then we have these two oddball sockets in here. And got ourselves a Proto 5018 9/16, 12-point deep, and I think this one's upside down, yeah, a 7/16 Thorsen deep 3/8 drive on all of these, 3/8 drive, 12-point deep. So these two sockets do not belong in there. So that would lead me to believe I'm missing a 3/4, I am missing a 1/2 inch, and I am missing a 3/8. in the SK. So, what do you think so far? What do I got? I paid a whopping $80 about for all of this stuff. So, yeah, these auctions, they're getting pretty ridiculous. The prices are getting up there, and you know, when you're in the heat of the auction, you just go. And I don't know what I saw in this thing, why I kept on bidding it. I knew that looked like it was pretty nice, but you know, $80. I don't think I got $80 here. Maybe breaking even, but you know, it happens. Either way, stick around. Let's take a look at what sockets I have, see if I have some SKs that fit in there, and let's see if these will fill in any holes of any sets that I have. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got going on here. Let's start with the SK box here. I needed a 3/4, a 1/2 inch, and a 3/8 to fill this set in. Let's take a look at one of these because we got to look at something here. There's different years of SK, and it's different fonts and different, you know, sizes of the font, different spaces between these lines. So if I want to get the correct set for this, I got to get the right socket. So I grabbed my strip of SK deep sockets that I have. This is everything that I've amassed that is not in use. So I do have socket trays at work. These are just the socket trays that I have at home, so I'll have to double check this stuff with the stuff I have at work. I'll have to maybe just write down what I actually have up there. But I do have, you know, another set of 12-point and 6-point sockets up there, so I might have some of these sockets there. So anyway, let's take a look. What do I have in the 3/8, 6-point? If I have any of those in here to fill in any of these in my in-use sockets. And I do have one 5/8, but I have a 5/8 in there. It's this one. So let's take a look at the differences though. This one has closer lines. Looks like it has fairly similar font, but definitely not the same year. So even if I did need a 5/8, this one would not go with that set. So that is the only SK that I have in my in-use 6-point. So we can get that out of there. I'm not going to fill in anything with that. So let's take a look at the strip that I had in my overflow SK box. And we have some sockets that would fill in holes. But as you can see, the 1/2 inch one here has close lines. And this 3/8 one looks different too. So let's compare this 3/8 to, let's compare it to the 7/16 that I got in here. As you can see, the font is way different. The lines appear to be the same distance apart, but we have a large SK and a small SK. So I would have two sockets. I could put that 1/2 inch in this 3/8 with this set. And, you know, some people do that. They'll lose a socket and get another socket from somewhere else. So, you know, it might be somewhat correct. I get a little bit closer to filling that in, but I don't have the 3/4 either, so I'm going to just hold off for a little bit. I'll stick this whole case in my overflow box and just wait. And as I collect sockets, see if I can fill any in here. So, no fill-ins in there. Let's get these out of the way. There's nothing I can do with those. We'll just set those aside for later. And if you remember, I had two other sockets that didn't belong in there. We had a Proto and we had a Thorsen. So let's take a look at that Proto socket that we had in there. And that was a 9/16. It was a 12-point Proto, manufactured in USA. So I looked through my overflow of Proto sockets, and I don't have any deep Proto sockets in there. So I grabbed my in-use 12-point 3/8 sockets, and I took a look at those, and I do have some on here. I have a 9/16 Proto Challenger in there. I have a 1/2 inch Proto Los Angeles, so of the same series of these, but just a little bit earlier. It has the Los Angeles on there. And then I have a 7/16 Proto Professional of the same series in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this socket here. This one isn't a professional, so I don't know if it would go with that set, but when they put that, it's got the same number series, so I would think it's the same socket. Anyway, if anybody knows, and this one just says USA Professional, this one says Manufactured USA, so maybe a little bit earlier year there. Anyway, I'm going to take this socket, I'm going to stick it in this 9/16 spot, because this one is a Challenger by Proto. And if you see that socket there, this I had in my overflow, and that is 11/16. So I'm going to add that one to that set, and that one belongs with that. So we'll put those two in my overflow. We'll try to add to those, try to get to these. Let's take a look at this Thorsen here. I took a look through all my Thorsen. I don't have any deep Thorsen, so this is the only lone deep Thorsen that I have. Again, I'll have to check at work, but I don't think I come across deep Thorsen that often, so that is the only one. So nothing too exciting to add to with that one. So that'll wrap it up for today. Anyways, thanks. Like, subscribe. Have a good one.